I just want to double check that this live stream is working properly and it's going to YouTube. So I'm just checking out my screen here to see if it pops up. And it looks like it is, yes. I'll have to change the thumbnail though. I need to work on that one. But for now, we're just gonna go with it. I'll change the thumbnail later. So let's talk about the top stocks to buy now. First, what we see is a lot of red going on in the markets right now. And what I'm typically looking at for growth stocks is things that aren't already overvalued. So what I would say right now is Tesla is my #1 stock to buy for all of 2021 and beyond. However, it has had a huge run up. So I would be careful not to go ahead and jump into Tesla now. I think there'll be a much better buying opportunity for Tesla coming in the next coming weeks. I expect Tesla to pull back to the low 600s, and that could be a good entry if you're looking to build a position potentially in Tesla. I don't suggest buying into Tesla right now at these levels. It is quite overstretched right now. There's a lot of hype going on because Tesla will beat deliveries coming up in a few days now. And once they announce deliveries, after that, there will be a little bit of profit taken and sell off. And I believe you will be able to get into the stock before we get to February 4th, I believe, is where Tesla will be having their earnings come out. So my first stock to buy is Tesla. But like I said, wait for a few weeks if you're going to jump into it to see a pullback to the low 600s. I don't know if we'll end up seeing the 400s ever again. I'm expecting, again, a sell-off after the deliveries are announced in the coming days. And then we can go ahead and jump in and potentially build a position if you're looking to build a position. I'll create a video for my Tesla stock analysis for the coming years. That will be coming out in a few days. But for now, Tesla is the #1 stock. And the way I invest is I want to go with the leader who is going to be disrupting industries as a whole. So Tesla is the one that's going to be disrupting the automotive industry, the the batteries. Too much to go into for Tesla. Leading in autopilot, leading in solar, they're leading in multiple industries. So they're going to revolutionize so many different industries. That's why Tesla is my #1 pick. But like I said, wait to get a better entry. Square is the #2 growth stock to buy now. I'm actually picking up Square today. Remember, I have the puts that have been selling for below 220. So I will be forced to buy about 500 shares of Square at 220 a share after today. And I'm completely okay with that. I'm happy to hold Square. So I will own about $110,000 of Square after today. Like I said in previous videos, I've traded Square. I made a lot of profit, but I love Square for the long term. So my personal price target is, I believe we'll see Square at about 300 for January 2022. So January 2022, in about 12 months, I personally see Square being at $300 per share. That gives us roughly 40% gains from here. So if you get into Square, we could, in my eyes, see about 40% returns over the next 12 months. And I'm a big believer in Square. And that would put Square's market cap at about 140 billion. And if you just compare Square to PayPal and Square are in the same industry, but Square is different than PayPal. And like I said, Square is led by Jack Dorsey. PayPal's market cap is 270 billion. So the question is, can Square get to PayPal's level and beyond? And in my eyes, the answer is yes. So there's a lot of upside for Square. Square's sitting at 90 billion. We could see another 200% gain to get to PayPal levels. Now, do I think that's going to happen in 1 year? No. In the next 5 years? Yes, in my eyes. So Square is a great buy and hold long-term investment from my view. So we covered Tesla first. We covered Square second. And leave it in the comments if you'd like to see more in-depth analysis and not just this superficial. I'm pumping out this quickly because I believe right now, the way I'm creating the videos, people don't want to spend a lot of time watching these videos unless I have more of a following. But let me know if you want to see more time spent into the nitty-gritty details of each company. I can definitely do that. But first, I want to get to the point and say what opportunities I see in the market right now. So Tesla's #1, Square is second, and the third one is going to be CRISPR for 2021 and beyond. And that's my position right here. CRISPR is sitting at $153 per share. My cost base is $165. I added more today at $154 per share. So now I have 1,000 shares of CRISPR. Total market value that I have into it is 165,000. And now CRISPR's at 155. They are the leaders for gene editing, where they can essentially cut out a precursor or a gene or move around genes that make sure you do not have a condition to potentially be exposed to getting a certain disease. So as an example, if you have a gene, like if you know, I don't know if you know this, but when you have, everyone has genes to potentially get certain diseases, but our epigenetics are what brings them to light and allows them to be obtained. So let's say we all have the precursor for stomach cancer. We all have this gene for the precursor for stomach cancer, but our environment is what causes the flare up of the gene to actually be realized and then actually get that disease. So if we have the genes in our system that are always laying dormant, then we won't ever get the disease. But what happens is something occurs and it flares up, and then that gene no longer becomes dormant, it becomes active. So we all have the gene, but what CRISPR can do is go in and cut out the gene so that precursor isn't even there. So it's not even possible for us to get that in the future. That's how game-changing their technology is. Now, they can't do this with all diseases yet, but that's what they're working on cancers, or working on terminal diseases to solve these issues. And they've already done that with sickle cell anemia in 10 patients. And they cut out the gene in patients that have sickle cell anemia for a long period of time. And it's been cut out and they had no side effects and everything's been okay moving forward. So that's just a brief overview of what CRISPR does. And there's actually a documentary called Human Nature, I believe, where CRISPR is actually featured in the documentary. You can watch it on Netflix. I haven't watched the full thing. I'm going to watch that, but I watched the trailer on it. And CRISPR's mentioned multiple times because they're the leading company in gene editing for healing disease. And if you go watch this documentary, they're mentioned a lot of times because of this. So I'm going to go and watch that, and I'll let you guys know what I think about that one. But I'm just double checking the stream here, make sure everything's still running. Looks like we are. Hey, I see the comments. Hey, Richard, love your comment. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the support. I need to work on improving the stream here. But if you have questions, I'm going to check back on this here. For now, I'm going to continue. Those are my top 3 stocks to buy right now. Tesla was first, but wait for the pullback. Square is a great buying opportunity right now, in my personal opinion. But don't go all in. Never go all in on any stock. I build a position and then I average down if the stock goes down after I buy. CRISPR is the third one. So again, you can establish a position in any of these companies if you believe in them after you do your own research. This is all entertainment purposes only. Then you can build out the position over time by adding to the position. So those are my top 3 stocks to buy now, and I'm going to give you some additional bonus ones that you can buy if you don't want to buy individual stocks. The bonus ones I've talked about before, it's going to be ARKK and it's going to be ARKG. I'll go over them briefly, but those are 2 bonus ones, and then I'll talk about ones that I see potential for as an additional bonus. But as you know, I don't like to diversify a whole bunch. I like to be able to analyze my positions and research the companies daily. So if I'm in 5 companies or more, it becomes really challenging to stay on top of all these companies. So I don't even bother researching all these companies. So all I'll do is I'll stick with 1, 2, or 3 opportunities so I can stay top of mind of what's going on in them. Once it gets to 5 or 10 opportunities, I don't have the time and energy to see what's happening with all these companies. So ARKK and ARKG, both with ARK. I don't want to spend too much time on this because I made videos on both. We'll look at the top 10 holdings real quick. ARKK, top 10 holdings: Tesla, Roku, Invitae, CRISPR, Square, Slack, Teladoc, Proto Labs, Zillow, and Spotify. So my top 3 buys are Tesla, CRISPR, and Square. So if you wanted to go on the safer route, you could literally just buy ARKK and you could dollar cost average into ARKK. In my opinion, for someone who doesn't want to put a lot of time and energy and effort into investing, if I were you and I didn't have a lot of time, energy, and effort to put into investing, I would literally buy ARKK once a month, every single month. I would take whatever it is, $2,000 a month, if I could save up that much, and I would put it into ARKK every single month for the next years. Straight up. I'm not telling you to do that. This is purely for entertainment purposes only, but that is exactly what I would do. I would put as much money as I could into ARKK and dollar cost average that, or ARKG if you wanted to go more concentrated into gene editing and solving diseases with gene editing. But if you want an even more diversified approach, because what ARKA does is this fund, the innovation ETF, they only invest in companies that are disrupting their industry. And even if you look at where was it? Zillow is disrupting the real estate industry. We have Teladoc for the health, for curing disease. We have Slack, we have Square disrupting the financials. We have Roku, we have Tesla disrupting energy, solar, automotive. We have Spotify disrupting music and podcasting, streaming. They're looking to overtake YouTube and other streaming platforms. So you could really go with ARKK and invest into that. If you look at the average over the last 5 years, it's been 40% a year. And I personally believe ARKK will continue to average 20% a year. So, if you want a really peace of mind investing approach, you could go with ARKK. If you look at the 5 years, 5 years ago, ARK was around $20 a share. Now it's $130. It's a good 5x on your returns in about 5 years. 5x in your returns in 5 years, 10x in your returns in 10 years for a passive approach is very good. You put in 10,000 today and you continue to put in 1,000 a month, your returns are going to be awesome. So if you just look at an investment calculator, I'll show you what I personally do. Let's take a look at Tesla right now, actually. Let me refresh the page here. Since we're here, Tesla, $699. It broke 700 earlier. Air Canada. Sorry, Richard, I just saw this now. Air Canada, in my opinion, a lot of it has been priced in for the gains coming back. I have been in Air Canada, and I still believe in Air Canada for the next 12 months. Yes. Air Canada for the next 1 month, it's quite rocky, in my opinion, for the next 30 days. But after 30 days, yeah, we will definitely see more chasing towards $28 per share or even $30 per share. I got into Air Canada about $19 a share. Where was this? So if you look on my screen, I got into Air Canada at about 19. But right here, yeah, it was mid-November, early November, and then I wrote it out and I sold around $24 per share, I believe. Yeah, I remember I sold out for about 25% gain. So I sold around $24 per share at the end of November, and then it kept going up to about 26, 27 even. Had a bit of a sell-off because we're seeing the cases resurge, and this would be a good buying opportunity to actually add some in. But there's so much doom and gloom, and cases will continue to go up for the next month or so. But then after that month, yeah, I would suggest that would be a good buy in my opinion. So you could add some now, and then if Air Canada stays where it is or goes down a little more, add in even more, because I'm quite confident that within the next 12 months, Air Canada will be at least sitting at $28 per share, possibly $30. So from 22 to 28, that's $5. We're looking at about 10, 20, 30, 25% at least. Yeah, at least 25% from here in the next 12 months. Square, I believe we can see 40% in the next 12 months. But Air Canada, at least 25% in the next 12 months. That's just what I believe. Nice gains, yeah. Sweet. Awesome. So let's see what else we got. I'm just going to take a look at my watch list here. So you guys can take a look at my watch list. These are the stocks that I'm personally following. Air Canada is on here. Apple. Now, Apple had some hype because they released the news of the Apple Car, and I don't believe the Apple Car will actually be a thing. And if it is a thing, I don't believe it will be challenging Tesla whatsoever. So Apple got a nice boost because of holiday Apple iPhone sales and the rumors of the Apple Car. But Tesla will totally lead, in my opinion. Blink is had a nice run up. I'm not looking to get into Blink anymore. I believe, we have to be careful with these EV plays now. A lot of the EV companies have been priced into perfection. So, there's not a really good buying opportunity for most of the EV companies at the moment. Look for pullbacks on them. Like NIO, I'm a big fan of NIO. NIO, and then XPeng is second for companies, in my opinion, after NIO. But Tesla and NIO are the leaders. So, but again, NIO's market cap is 70 billion. And their sales are very low. Look, market cap of NIO is 72 billion. And the reason why it's so high is because they also have good, they have the battery swap technology. They have a really good autopilot. Their brand is recognized as Tesla. Like Tesla is such a hugely known or recognized brand, just like NIO is. But NIO is the leader in China for that. So people in China see NIO as a luxury brand. That's why the market cap is so high for NIO, but it's a little stretched, in my opinion, because the sales are so far behind. Like if you take a look at NIO sales, I'm not going to go into it in this video, but NIO sales are, I think it was about $5,000, 5,000 sales a month that they currently sell in terms of units. So like 5,000 a month compared to Tesla's, 50,000 a month that they're currently at now, because Tesla's going to sell about 200,000 deliveries in a quarter. That's 3 months. That's about over 65,000 vehicles delivered per month now. Tesla, 65,000 vehicles delivered per month compared to NIO's 5,000 a month, getting to about 6,000 a month. And that's why Tesla's market cap is about 9 times the size of NIO's. Tesla's market cap now being at $700 a share is 631 billion. So in my opinion, there is a lot of hype going into this. Like I said, Tesla will be releasing their deliveries in a few days. So we're looking at over the weekend or Monday, January 4th, they're going to release their deliveries. And I believe deliveries are going to be about 190,000 to 200,000, which will beat analyst expectations, which is why we're seeing a run up into the weekend. And then I believe it'll be a sell the news event. You buy most people are going to buy the rumor right now, buy into the hype, and then sell the news after deliveries. And then we'll see a little brief dull sell-off. And then in the last week leading into earnings, which is February 4th, I believe, that's when I believe we'll see another run up into earnings where who knows where Tesla could be at. Could be 750, could be 800. And if it hits those levels, I'll be surprised. But, Tesla can do anything at this point. So those are my top stocks to buy now. Tesla, but wait for the pullback. Low 600s is a good entry, in my opinion. Second one was Square at 215. And then the third one was CRISPR at 155. I'm holding Palantir, and I'm going to end up adding more to this position because I'm selling puts. So I'll actually have 10,000 shares of Palantir. So currently I have 1,000 of CRISPR. I'll end up having 10,000 shares of Palantir, and I have 1,300 shares of Tesla. And then I'm selling some covered calls. And over here, you'll see my puts that are going to be expiring. So Blink is going to expire, and I won't be having to buy those. NIO will be expiring, and I won't be buying NIO. Palantir will be expiring, and I'll be buying 4,000 shares of Palantir at 25.50. Square is for January 15th. This one, Square 220, looks like I will be buying because it's below 220, which I'm happy about. Like I said, I like to own Square. And then we have Tesla, 620, expiring next Friday. And if it hits that, then I'll be buying, and I'll be glad to buy at those levels at this point because we have the hype of the run up of earnings coming. And then potentially we will see Elon announce that full self-driving is released. And I'm going to be getting my Model S hopefully soon. So just a little personal thing on me. I haven't gotten any update on my Model S order. Actually, I can't log into my Tesla account and show you because it shows my order number. I don't want you guys to see my order number because I believe you could do some crazy things with that. So that's going to conclude this, but I'll let you know the update on my Tesla Model S performance order. I got it all decked out. It's red color, white interior, the upgraded wheels, and upgraded full self-driving. So when I get my Tesla Model S, I will take it for a spin, and I'll create a video on that. So leave it in the comments below if you'd love to see a video of me taking my Tesla Model S out for full self-driving test drives. And if you'd like to see a video of the delivery, I plan on recording a video of me taking delivery of the Model S and inspecting it and taking, I'll take you along that journey. But let me know if you want to see some full self-driving videos. But again, it's gonna come probably March. I didn't get any updates on that. So the Model S and Model X production line is actually shut down until about January 11th. So I talked to the people at the delivery center. They said that my Model S, they don't get any. Oh, thanks, Richard. Appreciate it. So they said that they don't get the deliveries of Model S until the third month of each quarter. So I won't be getting it until March, most likely. But, something to look forward to. So that's going to conclude the video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm going to conclude it there, and I will see you in the next one. Happy New Year, actually. Happy New Year. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you soon.